Thanks, friend.
Let's not spoil it for him.
All right, we're live.
I want to pirate like ran karaoke, and I'm not talking about like a dude with an eye patch. I want some dude that knows how to torrent some karaoke shit and fucking do it that way. Why? It's not like there's gonna be a fucking record producer there that's just like, I know you don't have that DirecTV karaoke package. What the fuck are you doing?
Then you should do the torrent of it and just bring him the CD. Just put it in. It'll play.
Will they do that?
Do
if you
people
bring
still
your
have
own
CD
music?
drives on laptops?
I mean, you'd be surprised.
I guess I would.
You would, yeah. If they did, then yes, you would be surprised.
Son of a bitch.
It's got to be like the program. It's got to have the lyrics and shit on it.
Yeah.
Well,
got to go into the whole.
It's got to be an actual karaoke file.
Yeah, karaoke file.
Does it? I mean,
Yeah.
Can it just be like just play a video on there and it's just like a stupid tie-dye, always changing background with the lyrics? And
I have seen back in the day they would sell the karaoke machines for
Why are you doing X-Files right now?
It's the karaoke files.
I don't know if they're really okay.
And
it's the K
how
files.
applicable.
Yeah, they would have that, and then you would just buy the CDs and pop them in, and they would pull up the words for the karaoke CDs.
Yeah.
I guess I've never really gotten into the karaoke engineering.
It would have to be MP3 plus G, is what it says on Google.
What's the G stand
Oh,
for?
You know
I
what
could
it
have told you
stands
that,
for.
but you went ahead and Googled it.
Oh, yeah. It stands for Great Lyrics.
Great.
Oh.
Wouldn't it be GL?
Well, they got lazy. I don't
Dave,
know.
did you
That's when they
invent
cut
that?
the line, that last letter. Wait, no, we're done.
I can't talk about pending
Dave, did you invent that
litigation.
technology at some point?
I can't
Hey,
talk about
everybody!
pending litigation.
Everybody, remember that joke?
Which
from
one?
like
Oh,
2 years
yes,
ago?
yes, yes.
Dave's reoccurring
Pending
CIA.
litigation.
Yes.
No, his
He's involved in all these patents.
Oh,
and
yeah.
created
stuff.
so many
Yeah.
things.
G stands for MP3 plus graphics.
Back to business.
Well, doesn't that make all the sense in the world?
You would think.
I said that very sarcastically, but that,
But it does.
that does.
So this last Friday, Patrick and I went to Nashville.
That's right. Saw some
Oh,
King
yeah.
I'm
Crimson.
looking
We
for a
saw-
soul to steal.
Yeah, we saw the.
Me and Patrick went down to Nashville, and we were looking for a soul.
If you were gonna steal a soul, I think Nashville would probably be.
Nobody would
Mexico.
miss you down there. Yeah.
We saw probably the best live performing band in the world. We saw King Crimson. It was at
word.
this place called the Ryman Auditorium, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. It's like a kind of like a church, it has church pews.
Yeah, it was like
Oh, really? I didn't
it
know
used to be the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay, I thought so.
That's what it was. And
yeah.
then they renamed it the Ryman.
But
Wow.
they do the
What?
Grand Ole Opry somewhere else now, don't they?
Yeah, they moved it
Okay.
somewhere else, but that's where it used to be at.
Okay.
So that's where a
Oh, they
lot
just
of
have a
the
nicer place for the Grand Old Opry now.
It's grander.
The
Yeah.
Grand New
Oh
Opry.
yeah, the grander new Opry.
I'd say you've never seen a band have 3 drummers the way King Crimson.
Oh
has
man,
3
it was they were so in sync. It was amazing watching
I've
them
never seen
live.
the grander old Opry with 3 Dolly Parton
I would say-
impersonators.
Don't pull it up now, but people go check
Yeah,
it
I was
out
thinking
later
about it.
because
Yeah.
he's Robert Fripp is highly litigious. He does not he
He
does
doesn't
not fuck
appreciate-
around. He does not like people playing his shit.
Makes
anymore.
the
Yeah.
dude from Metallica look like a super chill dude.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one that actually got Kanye West to pull his song for a bit?
I don't know if he pulled the song Power, but he ended up having to pay out for it because he sampled 21st
Schizoid
Century
Man.
Schizoid Man, yeah,
Yeah.
for that song. But at the same time we were watching that, we had and this is right in the downtown Broadway area of Nashville. Right across the street at the hockey stadium was a Carrie Underwood concert at the exact
Yes.
same time.
Oh wow.
God, that
I've
that
been
was
there.
awful.
Yeah, not the Carrie Underwood.
That's
Concert.
how they put you in your place.
But yeah, when we were walking out at what time it was? What time was it?
It wasn't that late. It was like
11:30.
11:30.
It was fucking insane down there.
Madness.
Yeah.
Just madness.
Yeah, man. That on any given weekend, that place can be like New Year's Eve or something.
It
Just
was- yeah,
shoulder
it
to
was
shoulder people.
Bachelorette parties everywhere.
Road shut down.
Yeah, the road.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you. It was road shut down, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll shut down like the last like 3 or 4 blocks, and then it's
that
just
main strip.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, before moving there, I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna go to Broadway, go to the bars and stuff. No. Oh,
Ever?
I don't
Did you
like
ever
that
go?
scene. I mean,
We
a couple
walked
times.
down. Yeah, we walked down.
We
and
went in. So
looked through windows, and then we found one that was playing a punk song, and we went in there, and
Yeah.
it was, it was noisy and crowded. That was.
I
Yeah.
felt so awkward going in the bathroom because it had one of those bathroom attendants in there.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
Did you
have
tip
cash.
him?
No, I didn't have cash on me. I told him that when I walked
Oh,
Did he give you the
man.
back rub anyway?
He was so I went in, peed, come back out. He's like, "How many pumps of soap you want?" I was like, "Dude, I don't have cash." He's like, 2, 3. I was like, 3. So he pumps soap into my
3
hand.
pumps.
Wow, you went hard, Patrick.
Man, I do like half
Jesus
a pump
Christ,
if I
you-
have the option.
I like 2 or 3, and then
It's just how I do, man.
I
Yeah.
want my hands covered with soap so I don't have to waste resources with water.
that's right. And then wash my hands. He's like, "How many paper towels do you need?" I was like,
18.
oh God.
Don't
I-
give me
it-
any
it-
less.
I asked for 3.
Was he
I
giving the
don't-
massages?
Size.
Was he?
No, he wasn't
oh.
doing massages. I guess he only does that if he knows you're paying him.
Hmm. You
But-
saw him doing it to others, though.
No, I see nobody do anything with that guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When I went and I saw Bo Burnham one time, and yeah, he was doing when you were washing your hands, he'd come up behind you and like, do your
Yeah.
shoulders and then pat
That
you on the
is-
back when you were done. Yeah,
It's weird.
I didn't like
It's
it, but it
Bill
it's
is.
Burnham
scary.
did that?
Yeah.
He just hangs out
Bo
in the
Burnham just
bathrooms.
came in there, like that's where the show was. Yeah, I pissed like 7 times. It was awesome.
Plot twist, he doesn't even work there.
That is
Jerry
the most
says,
obnoxious thing. Go ahead.
Jerry says that you're a 3-pump chump.
Ooh.
Sick
I,
burn.
I like my hands clean.
I'm going to
Three-
tell him, I'm going to
3
give,
towel scowl for no tip.
I told the dude I had no money. He still offered.
I want to say, what does $20 gets me? And then tell him, now you say anything you want.
Remember the International in Knoxville?
Oh,
they
yeah.
would just have they would just have like there's like the little hallway and then men's to one side and women's the other. They would just have a girl just standing there with a
With
bucket, just
axe.
standing
Yeah.
outside the doors.
they had axe sitting there,
Yeah, and
but
she'd have
nobody used it. That was weird.
It's literally
Axe, like
she's
the body
just
spray?
there
Yes.
to sit and collect money when you go into the fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
What? Maybe it's if a girl needs to throw up and she's like, I can't make it the extra 20 feet.
I've done that.
Do that, throw up in the cash and say, that's your problem now.
It's terrible.
So the
How
guy that
bad do
gives
you want it?
the guy that gives massages, if you give him a 20, does he take you like a private room? Is
Yeah.
it like a
Oh,
strip
I
club?
would not
Give
want to
him
go to a private
Do a
room
lap
in that
dance,
bathroom.
add this tradition. in
I
the
knew I was
actual
going to be
restroom.
pissing a lot, so I didn't give him a 20 because I was drinking.
Didn't want to
so-
make eye contact with him
thinking.
next time he came in.
All right, Bekah, how you doing?
For the
How you
most
doing
part,
this week?
I'm doing great. I did have I had an incident this week
Yeah.
at my job. So I was doing my thing, the thing that I normally do at my job, and part of my job is delivering things to people's homes. And I was fulfilling
Interesting. Go on.
I was fulfilling one of these deliveries, and I was having a rough time finding the right place. And I knew it was in the general area that I was in, but I couldn't see any numbers on anybody's houses. So they had these big gates, these big fences that were covering up the doors. So I opened one, I would peek in to look at the number, and I opened the wrong door. And this was about 11 o'clock at night. And there was a man sitting just in the grass.
facing the gate
Yeah.
with his gun in his lap.
Dude, he was just sitting there in the middle of this piece of square grass, and I opened the gate, and he automatically just comes at me. He goes, "What the fuck are you doing in my yard?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, sir." And I pointed at my hat because it clearly states the reason I'm there. And he said, "What are you doing in my yard?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I'm just looking for." He goes, "What? What are you looking for?" He starts screaming out numbers and like
Oh my
pointing in
God.
different directions. And then he says, "Get out of my yard." And he pushes the gate door so hard into my arm. Let's see if I can show you on the stream.
Ooh.
Shit.
I lost skin from it.
Your skin is on his gate. You left DNA there.
You should go
That's
back
true.
and be like, sir,
Call
I'm
police.
just coming to get my skin.
I came to
Yeah.
collect my skin.
Like this guy, like sounds like he's on drugs.
So
or
he-
something.
He
had-
definitely was fucked up
Yeah.
in some way
Yeah.
or another. And I understand in his mind I was technically trespassing. You know, he didn't expect someone to open his gate at 11 o'clock at night. So I get it,
And
but
he wasn't ready to be reasonable either.
no. And he probably still isn't.
But was he the right place to be delivering to?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nope.
it was the wrong place. But it was one of those where like you don't get to see the numbers until you walk through the gate.
Oh, that
Why
sucks.
didn't you call them?
Ask what's
That's
up with
the-
your crazy fucking neighbor.
No.
I
Because
don't-
I like to
don't-
do everything in my power before I
Yeah, but at 11
use
o'clock
that.
at night,
Yeah, 11
you don't
o'clock,
start. You don't start opening random gates and knocking on random doors at 11 o'clock at night.
Well, most of the time there's not a crazy, angry, fucked up man
Yeah, but
sitting
there
Yeah,
right
could
but
be
beside
you're-
an
the gate
angry
waiting
dog
for you.
or something.
Dogs love
Florida.
me.
Florida, where crazy people are.
Yeah. Have you not seen all the news articles that comes from Florida?
Yeah, but that's like interior Florida.
Yeah,
where
that's
we
not-
told her we
The
warned her.
fucking
This is
that
island
last
life.
that story I read last week or the week before was right north of you guys. It
Yeah.
was-
Yeah, north of us.
North of us
Not
on
here.
the mainland.
no,
Come
it was
on.
not. It
We're
was on a
safe on
beach.
our island.
Fernandina Beach is same area. Just
Is it
a
an
little
island though?
Yeah,
I've never heard of it, and nobody goes there, and that's why.
Did we all forget about the one driver that was being chased by police in
Oh
Florida?
no, I actually recently heard that story again.
Oh yeah, because like we know people that know him or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I would not recommend the gates. I mean, really more for the dogs. You can love dogs all you want, but they don't love you when it's dark out and you're entering their domain.
You don't know. You don't know.
You can love dogs all you want.
When a dog is barking aggressively and angrily, Bekah just thinks it's excited to see her.
Mm-hmm.
He
It
has
wants-
firsthand witnessed it.
It wants some pets.
That's just my outlook on life. Give everybody the benefit of the doubt until they repeatedly prove you wrong.
I mean, you don't know what's on the other side of that gate. You've always said you wanted to see a gator. That may be the time you see a gator.
It might be.
Never know. I delivered to a guy that had an alligator in his garage.
Really? In
Well,
Tennessee?
then I ain't stopping.
Yep.
What?
How do you get it there?
I don't know.
It
It
was
was in a
truck.
fucking. It was in a fucking mini pool
You probably
in his
wrote it.
garage. It was pretty big too. It was like probably 4 feet.
Oh man.
Sitting in a little fucking pool. Guy didn't have any fucking legs. He was in a wheelchair.
Wonder where they went.
Yeah, I didn't ask him, but
Where did they go?
he ran out of gator food. And he said, "Thank you very much."
he really loved that gator, I guess. Brad,
Okay.
Hi.
how's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. Been working on an application for something. I don't want to say the name of it yet, but or resume for an application for something. But
Yeah.
hopefully that pans out. That'll be real cool.
Has Dave gotten involved yet?
No, though. I guess Dave and I will have a little conversation after the podcast.
Well, hello.
His background may help.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
true.
the background.
Dave
He's
is
not allowed to talk about his
ex-CIA.
background, but
I mean, well, we knew he was ex-CIA. That was about all we knew about
Yeah.
the mystery man.
I mean, that's all you need, though.
And now everyone else knows too. Thanks, Brad.
Well, you guys have said it on the first 100 episodes of the podcast. That was like a fucking running joke. Dude, don't remember that one? Somebody listened to your podcast, guys. It was me. Come on. But other than that, yeah, I haven't really been up to too much.
So Brad, Are you still feeling the? Are you going with the? What's the word? Sober October.
So far, so good. And I guess I started sober September kind of late, but yeah, all last week it was 100% sober. No nothing, no weed, no drinking, no jerking off, no nothing.
Oh, you're doing no nut October now?
No,
Yeah, I'm
that's
doing
bad news right there.
Well, no nut November is really what it is, but yeah, I just we're gonna do sober October and just cut out everything except vaping. We're still vaping. Fuck this flavor ban that they're trying to pass, because all that's going to do is create a huge black market, and it's going to be even more dangerous. But
Yeah,
I guess
banning
that's
shit
the
doesn't.
big tobacco ploy, is to just make a black market and then be like, oh, yep, we got to get rid of the vape. See, there's a giant black market now. Who would have thought that would have fucking happened when you took flavors for smoking devices away, when there's fucking flavored alcohol everywhere and no one bats an eye?
Yeah, but children can't get alcohol.
Well, children can't buy vapes either, but fucking
Yeah.
they get stupid ass friends with IDs to buy them. Fuck.
it
I
was
was in high
sarcasm.
school. I had friends over 21. How do you
It
think
was
I got my
100%
alcohol?
Sarcasm. Kids can totally
Yeah.
get alcohol.
Anyway, so that's what I'm doing.
What about the fact that jerking off on a semi-regular basis is good for your prostate?
That was proven to be a myth.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's not really
working out
true.
that prostate ain't...
All
is
that hard work for nothing.
Yeah,
fellas.
all that sperm down the drain.
The thing is, you're gonna get like a week or two in, and you're gonna have some fucked up wet dream anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can only go so long.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not my fault. That's not me failing.
that's true.
And cool,
Yeah,
it'll
God
spice up
doesn't-
my already crazy weird dreams anyway.
God
so.
doesn't see that as a sin, because actually, if you
No,
read the
it
Bible,
is.
it does make you unclean. Bible.
So you have to go out to the
so
shed where women have to go when they're on their period.
Yeah, and
well, it's not a shed. It's
fog.
outside, just outside the community, right?
I thought there was a shed. I thought there
Yeah,
was
Is
a
there a
bleeding
shed?
shed.
You
Yeah,
tell
they've got a
us.
little. Yeah,
Oh.
they don't just push them out into the wilderness. I
Even
mean-
dogs have a house outside. Come on.
Those are dogs.
Right.
I'm
Dave,
sure there's some Bible verse that says women are as a dog or some bullshit. Something
Probably.
very,
They
very
can't touch
triggering.
stuff inside the house
They're unclean.
because
That was
it'll make it
MC
unclean.
no.
That was MC Hammer. You can't touch this.
Inside the house.
We now read from the book of MC Hammer.
He was a
Islam might have something like that, but as far as I know, Judaism and Christianity does not.
Mm.
As far as my recollection goes. Dave,
Yeah.
how do you feel about No Nut November? You gonna try it out?
I mean, I've never heard of it.
You got to do some research.
I mean, I'm telling you
How
right
much
now.
research do you need to do to grasp the concept?
I don't
Deep
even know
research.
why I would care about that. And
Because
how-
I'm asking you, Dave.
Care about
Right now.
something, Dave.
Because
well,
I'm asking you.
Please.
well,
Remember, it's no but. That's the rule. No but. Actually, no but would be better than that.
No,
No.
but November? I don't think so.
I mean, sure, go for it. It's not for me.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. It's not
Yeah.
for me. That's all.
Thank you.
It's,
What's that so hard?
More power to you.
Dave does that every day.
it's like this is my life. This is how I live. No, nothing.
Before the stream, after the stream, during the stream, occasionally.
Watch my
Sometimes-
camera.
Sometimes I no nut on the stream. Not at all.
All over. It's got
Even
messy.
before, even
Sometimes?
after. Sometimes I no nut.
On the stream.
Sometimes.
Why do you think all the webcams are at head level?
What do you think's in that glass he's drinking out of?
What?
No nut.
Definitely no nut in this class. Patrick, what about you?
Yeah, doing good, doing good. Feel rested now.
You've recovered.
Yes, definitely recovered.
Yeah, we were watching Bekah, you might recognize the name of this movie. We watched Castle Freak Monday night.
That's Stuart Wellington's favorite movie.
Yep. We watched that. It
Yep.
was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
I fell asleep in it.
Although
And
he
they-
was falling asleep.
The Flophouse did an episode and explained the whole thing, and I listened to it, so I know what the movie is.
Small question: who the fuck is Stuart Billington?
He is one of the hosts of the Flophouse podcast. They do reviews of terrible movies.
They basically do what No More Popcorn does. Just
Oh, they're copying you.
A lot.
and they've been
Yeah,
doing it
just
for
don't
like they've
follow
been doing
that
it
up.
for
Yeah.
10 years.
No,
Yeah.
they've been copying us.
Man, they've been copying you guys for a long time.
retroactively
Fuck did I just tell you?
copying us.
Well,
Steve-O,
Oh,
how do you
man.
feel about not nutting?
I promise to only nut when I feel like it and when I feel like I can get away with it privately.
so on the plane flight to Tennessee, in the bathroom.
Just go to that bathroom.
I've
That's a
I've made it
small
as-
plane.
I've made it as
That's-
far as considering that. I've never done it.
Oh, man.
Made it. That's how far I've made it, is considering
How juicy of a detail.
it. Right? Yeah. No. Fuck that. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
I think it. Yeah. I don't. I mean, I see the value like in fasting and stuff like that. So along those lines, I guess I could see it. If if it's something you feel like you need to try to prove some sort of control over yourself, then sure.
Yeah, I think if you're a dude that is just seriously addicted to jerking off, like you're jerking off way too much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like anything. I mean, that's why you have, the sober thing. Well, not I drink too much, so I'm going to try not to, or smoking, or whatever it
Right.
might be.
Yeah.
What is too much?
What is too much jerking off?
Yeah.
I would
Would it-
say if your dick is gonna get it raw, if you're beating off for like 2 hours a day or some shit like that, you're
Wow.
probably
And nothing's coming out.
I'd say if it's multiple
Yeah.
times a day on the regular, then yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you got
once a
problem.
day is, I mean,
Yeah.
is rare, but I don't think that's unheard of. But a few times a week is 100%. That's all natural, baby.
So, yeah, you don't want those wet dreams.
What do you think
want
they
to,
do?
Want to control the mess.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the wet dreams.
I got
are
boxers
good.
on. Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
I could throw them in the fucking hamper from there, and it's not like I'm gonna get back-to-back wet dreams because that's never happened my entire life.
Actually, when
Who knows?
I was a Christian, I definitely considered jerking off to be a sin, and I tried to kind of convince myself to not do it, because if I wait long enough, then I'm gonna have some wet dreams, and it's more, it's more real that way. Like you almost feel like you actually fucked.
Well, Jerry says there was a story of a guy that died from jerking 50-something times a day.
Wow.
How do you have time to do
I
that?
have no idea. I mean, one arm must be bigger than the other.
Oh,
I guess
definitely.
if,
Maybe he
if it's in
switches
a day
arms.
and you got the day off.
What is he dying? What is he dying from? Exhaustion?
I don't know. Dehydration?
Not
Yeah.
High
Ooh.
protein.
Yeah, forgetting to eat. I mean, and I'm guessing if it's 50-something times a day, that's like 50-something to fruition, because otherwise it'd just be one long jerk off session.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would have to be like exhaustion. I mean, I guess after you nut, it takes a certain amount of nutrients to replenish, right?
I don't know.
He's
Maybe
just
he had a
yanking
heart
rope
attack.
at that point. What the fuck?
Dave, you're so uncomfortable.
Dave's
Why?
uncomfortable
I
because
am.
This is a normal
This is great.
conversation.
I'm
He
just
knows
gonna put
that-
the camera on Dave the whole
he knows
time.
that
I'm
his
thinking
mom only
50.
listens because he's on the show, so he knows, he knows she's listening. Hello, Dave's mom.
Hello, Dave's
50 times a day just hurts just thinking about it. I
Yeah.
can't,
How
I
can he
can't wrap my mind
produce
around that.
that much
I think
in a
at-
day?
You
at-
can wrap your hand around it.
I think at my height, like in my teenage years, it would at most would be like 3 times in one day.
Yeah.
I mean,
3's the max.
And it was more of an exploratory thing because, like, is this possible? Can this
What were
be
you doing?
done?
Reaching around from like behind yourself and then up underneath.
No,
He already has talked about that before.
I mean, simply
He
just
likes
like,
that
is it
move.
possible to do it this many times in a day? And then,
Any more caveats you want to add to that statement?
what?
Which statement?
Yeah, I
Dude.
don't know.
The-
I'm not sure what the
just
caveat
like-
was.
Jerking off, and then, but if this and that.
Oh, Yeah, he probably got like a. Did you get a belt or anything on top of that? See how that went?
No, I learned that early on. You don't use them belts. I heard about people killing themselves and shit.
Yeah.
Like the first time I heard about it, like that was the first time I heard. Like first time I heard about doing that was someone killed themselves doing that. And
David
then-
Carradine.
That wasn't the first time, but it was like kids my age, like people that I went to school with and stuff.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. Not anybody I
Cheeky
knew,
little
but like
bastards.
maybe not went to school with, but like people in town, like so and so got found in fucking
In Montana?
No, I think more like Tennessee.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Have
one
you
of my
guys
dad's.
never heard of other kids killing
Oh,
themselves that way?
I mean, not anybody I know. My
Yeah.
dad, one of his friends growing up, died from it.
yeah,
Seems like a friend of a friend kind of deal.
I've got
His mom,
I've got a buddy
his mom
who knew
found
like
him
2 or 3
with
people that
fucking
died.
porn spread out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey, check out Blasphemy Hour and watch our sketch
Oh,
where
yes.
Brian does that. It's
Oh, okay.
it's hilarious.
Which one was that? The girlfriend episode?
Mm-mm.
No. That was
No?
that
I
was
thought that was during that.
that was the therapist. Yeah,
Was it?
yeah. Or no, that was
No.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
the
you're right,
girlfriend
you're
one.
right,
Yeah.
you're right.
Mm.
Just going. People, just go search that out.
Oh,
Or
Blasphemy
don't. You
Hour.
really,
Some
you
archival
don't. You
material.
really don't. You really don't have to. If you
We
don't
put a
have
lot of
time.
work into that.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
put a lot of work into.
Oh, okay. So Jerry put the link for the article up in chat, and it's Valentine's Day tragedy. Teen masturbated 56 times straight, dying from a heart attack.
Oh, he had to be on something else
heart
though
attack.
to
Yeah.
do.
Oh,
do
Cocaine?
that.
It's like a
He-
master-
He'd have to take energy drink or something. Maybe that's part of
Yeah.
the problem.
Poor
What is
guy.
that?
At
What does
least
that
he
mean?
almost went out doing what he loved. You know.
What, Steve-O?
What do you got? Is that a dog?
Yeah, it's my dog.
Oh,
Where?
I'm not sure I knew you had a dog.
Wanna
Yeah,
meet
he
that
was wanting
dog.
attention, so he came in here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's not wanting to look at you guys.
What a
He's-
sausage.
He
Yeah.
is
Get him.
camera shy.
He,
Please put
he
his
just doesn't
face
want
directly in front of the camera.
I wonder how many times the guys on Alone jerk off.
Ooh, good
I
question.
mean, they know where the cameras are.
I mean, they only have to hit record whenever they want to.
I think when you're starving to death, you probably that's your last thought.
It's hard.
Yeah.
You might
Well, at
want
the
to save your
beginning, you're-
calories for other resources. Yeah.
At the beginning, you're just getting your bearings.
Yeah.
Unless you're planning on re-ingesting what you expel for
That's
protein.
disgusting.
Hey, you're short on protein. You know what I mean?
Well, you need some,
Ah.
I mean, it's just recycling at
Spice
that
up your snail stew with.
I mean,
That's
the one guy
disgusting.
ate slugs. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. The one guy ate fish sperm.
He
Finally
was
got
proud
around
of
to
it,
watching
too, and
it.
the-
Oh yeah, there's one guy that just like guts a fish and just pulls all the guts out and just slurps them.
He's like, first thing I do, eat the sperm sack.
So, Google says you burn around about 101 calories masturbating.
Ooh, that's
So
a lot
you're
of
telling
slugs that
me
you're gonna have to eat.
That's a
Fuck-
lot. That's a lot.
Fucking
of calories.
kettlebell
Yeah, that seems
workout
like a lot.
is the equivalent of masturbating 4 times.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's the first thing pulled up.
I feel like that's some acrobatic furious. That's a furious session if you're expending 100 calories.
So okay, why is it? So the guy that had a heart attack did it 56 times. So that's 5,600 calories that he burned, right? Am I doing my math right?
Man, he
Cool,
could
that's
get
that.
like the October challenge like easy.
Yeah, he could just eat like a really, really big cheeseburger and keep going, right?
Yeah.
Just
They
replace
did add
the
a bunch of
calories as he goes.
workouts. I didn't see masturbating as one.
Yeah, it said
Because it's taboo.
research paper was published. Expenditure during the activity was 101 calories in men, 69.1 in women.
Nice. Fucking nice.
Comparing it to a workout of moderate intensity for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't
It
know.
came out to be 276 calories in men and 213 in women.
I think the numbers are skewed. They got like guys in there like, yeah, I burned so many calories when I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to see this for like any
Oh,
other
no,
benefit
sorry.
other than I just want to see what all
Sorry.
you have to be doing to burn that many calories.
It says intercourse burns around that on
Oh,
this last paragraph.
Just
Okay.
on a stair
Yeah.
stepper, just like ah.
that makes-
But like, is it just your basic sitting straight up, just like a very gentle up and down stroke, and then boom, 200 calories? Is that, or do you have to like get into
I'm
it?
sure you got to
Whoa.
get into it a little bit.
Fantastic.
I don't know.
Brad uses his kettlebell to do it, so
Oh my
he's
God.
got the added benefit, right?
You like taped a fleshlight onto his
Yeah.
kettlebell.
Makes kettlebell swings a whole
Got
lot more
swinging.
fun.
Little risky too, a little dangerous.
If you're
I mean,
aiming
that's
just a
what
little
that's
off.
what you want, right?
Makes it more exciting.
He calls them his kegel bells.
That's how you get
Sorry.
those stabilizer muscles going.
Yeah, where's this show going right now?
I have no idea.
This is the greatest
no
show we've
clue.
ever done. What are you talking about?
I forgot to ask what people had to talk about. So does
Oh,
anybody have
yeah.
anything to talk about?
This is it,
Oh,
baby.
I've got some if we're in a pinch.
Well, I could just as a nice segue, I could talk about SpaceX, but it's
Okay.
Fantastic.
actually just SpaceX.
Classic topic.
Oh,
Classic topic.
Steve-o.
Well,
Classic
but I
transition.
there's not really much to say because that presentation last Saturday night Elon gave about Starship, it was mostly technical. Like the presentation itself was like, this is where SpaceX has been, and because they scheduled it on their 11th anniversary of their first time getting to orbit. And so he talked a lot about that, about where they've been, but then he did open it up for questions, and then it ended up being a very technical. So like if you're super into it, then it's definitely worth going back and watching it. But I'm really not the one to deliver all this technical jargon. But if you're watching on the stream, and I highly suggest it, I'm just showing some of the pictures that were posted. I may have shown it last week, but SpaceX put out some really cool pictures of Starship landing on the moon, Starship flying by Saturn. One of the things that might interest people that listen to this would be that he suggested that he thinks it's possible, and it's Elon time, but that it might be possible to put people on it by the end of next year.
Elon time.
That's Elon time. I don't think
What
that's
do you
gonna
do?
happen.
Add like 2 years onto that?
At least. I just switched over to another tab and saw something that I pulled up as a possibility. The fact that Trump pulled Nickelback into the drama surrounding the impeachment inquiry.
Really?
Oh, he's just
Yeah.
making good move after good move.
he tweeted this meme. Here, I'll just show you guys. Yeah, so that was the SpaceX update.
Okay.
Yeah, it really was not much. Let's see. Is this muted? Oh, it is muted.
Just see a bunch of weird ankles and the
Yeah.
guy not look. Oh no,
I
let's
like
look
this.
back. They look like weird ankles.
Oh, it's.
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings.
To your son.
Have you ever
Have you ever
spoken to your
spoken
son?
to your son about his overseas business dealings?
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings.
So,
I mean,
Wow.
nobody does it like Trump.
I feel bad for the listeners who just got to hear the first 15 seconds of that song, and now that you're giving them blue balls, they're gonna have to go listen to the rest
Well,
of
this
it.
is a no-nut show. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so don't even think about it, guys.
Oh, fuck. All right. Put it away.
So what he showed was it cut to when he said, "Look at this photograph." It had photoshopped in was a picture of Joe Biden, his son, and then that Ukrainian who the fuck ever
Yeah.
playing,
yeah,
golf,
that's
playing
exactly
golf
said.
together. Yeah, or whatever.
It's where all the deals are made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the golf course.
hmm
I must say, I am interested to see how this all plays out, one way or the other.
I mean, as far as the people that I listen to that know what they're talking about, it's still not really going to get to it. It's not going to really amount to anything, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
But aside from probably just solidifying Trump's base even more, because everybody's pissed off at this stuff nonstop, just on and on and on. This sort of digging to find some way to impeach him. I mean, at this point, you might as well just wait to the fucking election. Like you've been going for almost 4 years now. Just hey, you got an election coming up. Just how about you win that? You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but there's still another year. They just can't wait.
I can't. Anybody have anything they wanted to talk about?
I don't know what ASMR is, but there's apparently this new ASMR thing. Let's see. The title of this, or the headline of this article is, "What does having a boyfriend have to do with sleep?" On YouTube, young men role play as kindly romantic partners, all in service of a better night's rest. So Owen Dennis Riley, he's only 17, but he's never had a girlfriend. But he plays a boyfriend to at least 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. He brings you gifts on Valentine's Day and soup when you're sick. He serenades you if you're into that sort of thing. Most important, he wants to help you get a good night's sleep. Instead of counting sheep or limiting your screen time before bed, he'll talk you down for the night and tuck you in. And this is a
dick you
quote.
down.
I haven't listened to any of these, but I'm assuming it sounds something like this. Babe. It goes B-A-A-A-A-A-B-E. So I was like, babe, what I want you to do is just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Everything is going to be okay. It's all right.
Hold on. I'm leaning back. I'm closing my eyes. Go ahead.
It's all right that we're going to be a little bit late to the restaurant. I called them. They said it was okay if we're a little bit late, as long as we get there within an hour. So just calm down. I'm going to be here.
But I wanted to go to the Sizzler.
I'm going to give you some support.
Take me to the Sizzler, Daddy.
If ever I needed a text ringtone.
I don't want you to stress, all right? I tried to get here as quickly as I could because I know you start to get really stressed in these types of situations.
I just need one of those warm, soft rolls. Those buttery rolls.
I got the rolls coming, baby.
Oh,
The rolls are in the oven. I'm buttering them up right now. Don't worry, because I'm here now, so you don't need to worry anymore.
What the hell?
Happening?
And then he proceeds to tickle the camera lens and microphone with makeup brushes, promising that you really look better without makeup anyway.
I've heard
I want to
that's
hear
a
what that
trap.
sounds like.
That's a trap. You don't tell a girl she looks just as good without makeup.
It's not true. In most cases.
That's how he does it.
I've never been so comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time.
What's this gentleman's name again?
Yeah, let me write this
Owen
down.
Dennis Riley, and
it's
you only
for
have to
poem
wait
purposes.
1 year.
But there's
Yeah.
Nickelback now owns our video, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
We didn't play 8 chords. We're good.
No, yeah, we're good. Oh, wait, there is a video. Here, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Wait, do I have this site muted or something?
Probably.
I hear
Pumpkin
something.
spice is my
Oh,
favorite.
shit, it's
so
just really quiet.
you have great
Yeah,
taste.
he whispers.
Honestly.
You gotta whisper.
Yeah, great taste.
Really
Her
does
shoes are
add
so
a
pretty.
great effect to your room. So that was a good idea to get that candle. Plus, it really smells good.
Great candle.
I lost what I was gonna say because you look so good tonight.
Oh, God.
But yeah, you look great.
This guy.
take notes.
So, uh,
This is good stuff.
It's really that
you were
easy.
having
This
trouble
sounds so
sleeping
creepy.
See, the trick is
got
you
her
don't
phone
have to
out.
mean
Subscribe.
you don't have to mean anything that you say.
Back
That's the
in
trick. That's the
first.
main note. Don't don't
months
necessarily
for a
mean
relationship.
anything.
Don't
you
ruin
say.
this
He
for
used to
me.
call every
It's
night.
not what you say; it's how you
I
say
mean,
it.
you know these things. You know that
I'd
what's
drink
being
before
said
I
doesn't
sleep.
really matter if they
He'd
mean it
stay
or
up with
not. You
me
just need to hear them.
so that I can
They
go
just
to
need
bed.
to have a gold chain.
And I'd stay up on the phone. I'd be like, okay, I'll say it. So I can kind
This
of tell
guy.
when you,
And this goes on. How
See,
long is this video? This goes on for
all those
16
times for
minutes.
staying up with you.
Holy
while you
hell!
were trying to
If
fall
you ain't
asleep.
asleep in 16 minutes, you got other problems.
Yeah.
Girls are too
He just-
busy
Really?
figuring themselves. Tell me how pretty my shoes are again.
Yeah, I thought you were doing better. I remember at dinner the other night, you were saying how you felt like your
Is it showing
insomnia
a
was doing
video
little
right
bit
now?
better.
Yeah.
Is he like?
yeah, it's just.
Is he like rubbing? Is he
It's
doing
okay.
this to the camera and
no,
stuff?
he's
Think the
not doing
problems are
anything like
back?
that.
Oh, okay.
So is he like getting actual information from chicks? Is he? Is,
No.
Your
It's
boyfriend.
role
He's just
playing.
saying stuff. Yeah.
Keep you
Why did you
company
say-
as
Listen,
best as I
I
can,
follow many
'cause that's
ASMR
what-
channels.
Yeah.
I mean, none of them are
See
teenage
that
boys.
You, still have
That
the
you
Yeah,
know
same
Just
of.
to be
friends.
clear.
Yeah, I mean,
One
they
broke
might,
up
one
just
might be a
for you a
trap.
year
I don't
ago.
know, but
Still
stop.
sitting
Shut
there
him
in
down.
bed.
Shut him down.
Appreciate your honesty. Yeah,
I
turn that
saw-
off.
I saw the words brain tingles on that, and that's what it is. I
You
have
got
those.
the best one. Yeah, well, yeah, the ear
The
was
best tingles.
But some of them do different things. So some will like just tap different things. They primarily do that. I'll find all kinds of different things to tap on or whatever. And then there are some that do more of the role playing stuff. Like they'll just be a barber. Oh, you're coming in and they're gonna cut your hair and shave you, or they do stuff like that. Or like you're just going into the cafe they run and they'll talk to you as you're and they just talk softly and they're just nice to you, and then they'll do. They'll do this stuff. They'll do the personal. They'll pitch you like this. So yeah, there's all different kinds of these. And what he's doing, he's just doing like his boyfriend role play thing.
Yeah.
That's
It's weird. I didn't think like. Does that
That
just
you could
work
be
on
played.
everybody?
That you could be
Does
played that
just
easy.
work?
You could be
Yeah.
played like a fiddle.
Is it that easy for everybody or just me? Like,
Did you just
Well,
fall in love? What do we? I don't know what you mean.
I'm
Or are you talking
thinking,
about tingles?
I'm thinking the
felt
millions
shit.
of followers has something to say about how common it is.
right. And I didn't mean to say, is it just me? It was more like a general, is it a minority kind of thing for it to just work that easily? But I felt shit in like my organs. Like my spine was tingling, my fucking kidneys.
Right, that's what ASMR it does. And I guess you're just really susceptible to it. So if you found a really good one that you liked, that was, they call it triggers. So whatever triggers that you have, you would get like tingles all over. And I don't really get the tingles much. I can if it feels like somebody is talking directly into my ear, sometimes I can. Or if it feels like sometimes they'll do like, this is an ear cleaning video, and it feels like somebody is like putting something in your ear and
Really?
scratching it.
It seems like
and
I would need to have the actual Q-tip for that to work. But I don't know.
It's a little cringe. I mean, you feel like that one like makes me. I'm like, but I barely get any of those actual tingles like that. So if you do get that easily, yeah, you'll probably like that stuff.
Yeah, is
You'll
that
like
guy
it.
even good? Like,
I'd recommend.
I wouldn't say he was that good, honestly. No.
I'd recommend finding an adult that does it.
Yeah, well, I don't have sexual
I
feelings
recommend
for
not
this
being
guy. I don't want to fuck him. It's crazy how just that made me feel. That's
Yeah.
weird.
The internet's a strange place.
Yeah, just get on YouTube and search, and you'll find out.
Maybe I will.
I gotta go.
Well, did you guys hear about the tragedy with the Princeton graduate?
No.
And the title of this article from USA Today is Princeton grad who killed his father after his $1,000 weekly allowance was cut gets 30 years to life.
Good. Fuck him.
Did you hear about this?
I found this a nice story to talk about.
I wish that it didn't give everything away in the title. I should have said.
Well, actually,
That's why
I think
never read
I think I happen to be playing his GIF right here. That's
Oh,
him.
that's him.
Here he
That's the
comes.
guy.
I love it.
He's like, I'm gonna get you.
You're moved
Dog
now,
dressed
Bekah.
up like Chucky, man. That's crazy. Them eyes are ridiculous.
So the dude's name is Thomas Gilbert Jr. He was sentenced on Friday to 30 years to life in prison after shooting and killing his wealthy father in 2015. 2015, so I guess this isn't new. It's just he just got sentenced this
It
week.
takes forever. Yeah, $1,000 a week.
Yeah, he had $1,000 weekly allowance,
Wow.
and basically they wanted to give him the opportunity to learn how to fend for himself, so they cut his allowance. I think I read it. They cut it to 300 or something.
It's a little too late. It's too
Still.
late. You've already fucked up. Sorry, parents. You're
Yeah.
getting murdered now. Sorry.
Yeah. If you were giving him $1,000 a month
That is
prior
insane.
to him being 15, Jesus.
It was
he
a
was
week.
reliant.
It's $1,000 a week.
Sorry. Yeah.
He was reliant on his parents for basic daily expenses and had been unable to hold down a job.
Yeah, I would be too.
I mean, he was getting $4,000 a month.
Yeah, he's like, why would I work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what job am I gonna get? I have no skills.
I will never make that much money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at that age, I mean, my biggest paychecks, I was maybe $100 a week at 15 and 16 years old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if that.
I got paid sub minimum wage working at a church mowing the lawns.
That's partially considered volunteer work.
Well, yeah, that's how I got spun. The pastor was like, "Oh, I heard you wanted to work for the church," and I'm like, "Yeah, I figured if I was going to get a job, it'd be cool to do it at the church." It's all, how does $4 an hour sound?
Oh, man. He can't even.
Because you're helping you're going to help out the church. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Make it 6 and you got a deal,
Yeah.
pastor.
And don't forget, I'll take your tithe out of that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll proactively take your tithe.
The
Oh
Lord
no,
needs
I had
his
to
taxes.
do that after the fact. Yeah, that still had to come out.
You still
Mine-
had to pay taxes on $4, even though that's below the legal minimum wage.
No,
No,
tithe.
Tithe.
Oh,
Which
Yeah.
is 10%, right?
Jesus
of your
tithe.
income.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you do
Why didn't
it.
you just pay you $3? Or no, that wouldn't make sense,
Yeah.
would it?
Yeah.
That wouldn't make sense at all.
360. Yeah.
Well, at my first job, I got paid in horseback rides. So
What?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
were you given the horseback rides, or
what are you
No, that
trying
wouldn't
to
that wouldn't
say?
be payment.
I don't know how this job worked or what this job was. It's
Well, there were horses.
Clearly.
okay.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, she might have done, some landscaping for some guy, and he knew somebody else that had some horses. Like, he go with
Was
the right
Mr.
horses.
Hands there?
Not that I'm aware of.
You know him if you see him.
Okay, then no.
You'd remember.
So, is there anything else with this details on this that you want to share?
No, he's just a stupid dude.
He's a stupid deal.
With stupid
30 years.
parents.
Oh, I guess I could say in the victim impact statement, the victim's wife, Shelley Gilbert, who is also the mother of the guy that shot the victim, she asked for him to be given a light sentence, as light a sentence as possible. She said that the family had been seeking medical help for him for years because he's too sick to be able to judge.
What?
Too sick to judge.
Too sick
To make good
judge.
choices, is that what that means?
Oh, there was a kid that gotten off. They called it some sort of disorder. I forgot the name of the disorder, but it was like him and his stepmom years ago. I want to
I
say they
recall
tried to
this.
kill the dad or something like that. And they're like, he had something flu or something like that is what they called it. That he was too rich to recognize any.
I remember that news
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, I just don't remember what the disorder was called.
Is it actual
we need to
disorder
just-
that, like, he wouldn't have had if he had good parents? Or
Something to do with affluent
Yeah, something fluent. I just don't remember the name of it.
syndrome.
Yeah,
it
that
sounds like
sounding
something
familiar.
like if his parents weren't so shitty, then he wouldn't have been this way.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, you can say that about any shitty person in history.
Right.
Just about, right? It's like that's how shitty people are made by their
Affluenza
Affluenza.
Yeah.
Affluenza. Oh,
is a
my-
bogus medical disorder for rich kids.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised they didn't try to pull that up.
I like that play on
Yeah.
words, though.
Yeah.
It's good.
It was
Some rich kid didn't think of that.
Sounds like
Yeah.
maybe some child worship going on there. Like,
Child worship is very popular now. I don't know if you've noticed that.
yeah.
Our society bow downs to anything a fucking 15-year-old says, as long as they say it with a lot of emotion.
Oh.
What about the? Are you
I think that's a reference to
referencing
Greta.
the
Greta.
Greta? Is that
Yeah.
Greta?
Greta.
Oh,
Greta Thunberg.
Greta.
the
How dare you?
okay. I found the article that I was trying to remember. It was a kid. He was on trial for killing 4 people while driving drunk. Then he became known as the affluenza teen, and then it got popular when him and his mom tried to flee to Mexico.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
That's what it was. But he only had 720 days in jail, and he was freed a week before his 21st birthday. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, people get away with shit all the time, especially if they have money. I mean, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Don't have the answers.
man, it's like it's kind of not his fault. He obviously needs to do jail time. I don't know about life.
Yeah, but
Can you be rehabilitated from that? You know.
It just, yeah, I mean, to me, that just comes down to how old the kid we're talking about. I mean, if you're 17 or whatever, I'm going to take that a lot different than if you're 13, obviously. But there's a gray area in there, 15, 16. I mean, and you fucking just straight up murder somebody. You need to be put away for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to think about that. I'm glad that doesn't happen very often.
It's like that.
So far.
What was that Slender Man one where the two girls like worship Slender Man, and then they dragged the other one out? They got the other one out in the woods. They were gonna sacrifice the girl.
Yeah, they brought they were like 12, 13.
They did an SVU episode about that.
Yeah, they brought this other girl out, the third girl, making her believe that they were friends, and then tried to kill her. She lived, luckily.
That's good.
Yeah.
She lived in the SVU episode too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did she play as herself?
Probably not.
Then it wasn't a good episode.
Objection.
Where's this going?
Overruled.
I have no idea. This just went down a dark rabbit hole.
Do we have any games or anything we can play?
I would say the only thing I have to talk about is kind of serious and depressing, to be honest, and it's just about my own fucking anxiety about physical stuff that I've been worrying about this week that I kind of got some relief on today.
Now let's play a game.
I could talk about.
Boom.
So I've had for about 7-8 years, I had this throat issue where it was like a throat infection, and then you guys know what your epiglottis is.
No.
And so your epiglottis is this flap of cartilage. When you swallow, it covers where your breathing hole.
Yeah.
Right. So the food can pass by it.
Okay.
So 7-8 years ago, I got this throat infection, and I could see my epiglottis. It's like I can open my mouth and you can see it. It's not.
Show us.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't have the light for that. It's gross. But
come on, we got to get those viewers on Mixer, man.
So I had that, and then the throat problem went away, but the epiglottis was still there, and I would have issue where when I would swallow, it would be like a clicking noise, like the cartilage was.
Ooh, wow.
Like, but then that went away.
24 track.
But it was still in that spot, and since then it seems like
Hold on, we can't hear you.
Hang on, wait for it. And I think we're back.
Got me.
Yep.
Got me.
Yep.
So, but in the years since then, occasionally it's like sometimes when I eat, I feel like there's an irritation in my throat. It's like maybe it's not getting closed off properly or something, or maybe it's just like the food is pulled, it's stuck in my throat more than it should be. Basically, like I have to clear my throat a lot. But the thing is, it got so it's just normal. I never really had any problems, but it's just something it would flare up every once in a while, and I would notice it and think about it. And I also had an issue with my tonsil. It was like getting bumps in it. It almost looked like tumor-like almost. And I just always thought like, no way, that's actually a fucking tumor.
Yeah.
But then the past couple of weeks, I've had like pain inside my throat, and you start to get on Google, and you're like, every single symptom of throat cancer is like, I have it, right?
Right.
So I'm like, I spent part of this week literally going, well, if this tonsil thing, which was right around the same time, and that somehow caused this to happen, and there's like fucking tumors in here, I could be fucking dying. What if I had a year to live?
Right.
What if I did? So I spent a lot of time really putting myself in that place. What if I really only had a year to live? How would I act? What would I do? It was I had a couple dark nights. But I went to this clinic today, which is a cool place. It's called Urgent Care. And it's like,
Sounds cool.
It's not an actual, they're like, it's like a nurse practitioner.
Right.
I don't have
insurance. Yeah, we've got.
I don't have insurance, so I pay $175.
Yeah, we've got a
them to
place
look
here
me.
called MedFast, I think.
Yeah, and I just told her like exactly what I told you, and she just looked in my mouth, and she was like, I have tonsil stones on one side, on the other side, if you guys know what those are.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
Yeah, which is, she's like, that seemed to be her main thing. Like, you want to gargle salt water, get that looked at. And I'm like, so there's, and this issue I had started to go away. So I this pain went away, and I think it has to do with allergies and stuff. Because she's like, I'm not going to give you any antibiotics. You don't need them. But the epiglottis thing, definitely, she was like, whoa, she seemed surprised when I told her that. And then she saw it. She's like, wow, that's a long epiglottis.
Nice.
She was like, what are you doing tonight?
This girl was probably younger. She was a few years younger than me, actually. I was like, you expecting like it's going to be an older doctor.
You always assume, yeah.
It was actually like a nurse practitioner who was probably 3 years younger than me.
Yeah.
But she did. I was like, so this fucked up tonsil on the other side, that's just the way it looks. And she's like, yeah, that's just the way it looks. It's like, because I'm like, I'm thinking this thing might be filled with tumors.
Right.
And, and she just was like, no, I think you should go see the ENT, ear, nose, throat doctor about the epiglottis thing.
Yeah.
You could get a surgery to cut off the end of it kind of thing, or just have them look. So I
hold on.
feel like I'm completely, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, just wait it out. Okay.
Sister's running the microwave again.
Yeah. I reduced but anyway, so that made me feel pretty good that she actually looked in there and didn't go, oh my God, there's tumors. But at the same time, I still get like, I'm clearing my throat now, and I don't know if it's just like, it's a habitual thing that I've kind of fallen into.
Or you're thinking about it, or
because you think about it and you want to do it, but I'm still going to go get it fully checked out. I guess where they actually look down in there and see like what is going on with, why is your throat such a weird fucking shape?
You don't know, man. You might find out that that's a special trait that all Cambodian monk throat singers have. That maybe you got greater range than most, so you don't want to get rid of your elongated epiglottis.
Well, my family has a genetic. My grandmother, my mom, and one of my sisters have this genetic thing, this disorder that shows up around the same time that this happened with me, where when they swallow, the epiglottis goes down and then it doesn't come back up.
Ooh.
Or like, basically, I don't know, food gets stuck. They can't swallow properly. So my sister will be sitting there eating, and she'll swallow, and then the food gets stuck in her throat, and she basically just has to sit and wait. She breathes some, but she just has to wait for her the whole swallowing process to happen.
Yeah.
And it's just, she just says it's just like the most uncomfortable, really freaking out thing. And I think she's actually going to get a surgery. So it made me think, well, maybe it's just a genetic variant, because I was reading online, like there are genetic variants of people that just have, like I have right now. So yeah, there you go. That was something to fucking talk about. Thinking about maybe I'll die, anytime.
So
It's always fun.
So what did you come up with if you had a year left?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I would work really hard to get my black belt. I would probably travel out of town to go to as many classes as I could. And then I would probably try to finish this one longer novella that I've written that's kind of, part of it's good, but the rest of it's terrible. So I'd have to rewrite all of that and, just try to not think about death as much as possible. Just, and what I was thinking about it, I was like, in a way, there's a relief. Let's say you did find out, okay, this is how you're going to die and this is how much time you have. In a way, it's like there's a relief in that. It's like, I know now. And I can look at everybody else and go, it's in the back of everybody's mind in some way, frequently. How am I going to die one day? What is it going to happen? I know it's going to happen. I know now.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I mean? You put yourself in that place, and that's part of this Stoic meditation. The Stoics do this. They meditate on dying. Mm-hmm. It's one of the practices Stoics do. And in a way, there's almost a sort of a freeing aspect to it. But before you get to that, there's going to be a lot of heartache, obviously, right? And there's going to be a lot of, all the shit that's happened in my life, and, as much as I've come from where I was at and how happy I have been, it gets that thought is kind of a bummer. It's like, man, I really would like to get further in my life, and, well, shit, what if that did happen to where you just have to,
Yeah, like I'm only halfway through, or
yeah,
I'm only
because you always think like you've got more time. You just always think that way.
Mm-hmm.
I still would. That wouldn't work for me. It wouldn't work for me if someone told me I had a year. It wouldn't. I don't think it would change the way I act, because I have this problem, this hope problem, where
opening random gates and assuming that the mean dog on the other side is going to be your friend.
Yeah, I do. I am optimistic to a fault. I hope always, in every situation, no matter how glaringly obvious it's looking you in the face with facts and data and everything. Like I always have this hope that things can go differently than they're heading,
Well, that's good. I mean, I think that's how people beat cancers and stuff. You have to have that kind of attitude.
I imagine it would probably go back and forth. Like one day you'd be working on accepting the reality of dying, and then another day you'd be trying to fight the reality.
But you think about, like, you see this in movies, right? Where people find out that they're going to die in 3 months or 6 months or something, and they just start going crazy and like doing all the things they were always too afraid to do. See, I wouldn't do that either, because when you do things like that, you're putting yourself out there, and you're risking compromising things or ruining things, or things like that. So I wouldn't do that either, because my insane hope that things would turn out better would lead me to think, well, if I do this crazy thing, I'm gonna have to live with it if something changes, So I think I would just keep living the way that I do, which is fine.
So you can't.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I found out my heart and lungs sound good, and my blood pressure is 130/80, which I was like, is that good or bad? And she was like,
oh no, we don't get to know.
Look it up, and
we don't know.
We don't know.
Spoiler
We didn't
alert,
hear
I
your
think it's
answer.
okay.
What my blood pressure is?
Yeah.
I think
130/80.
Somebody
okay.
chime in. Is that normal? I don't know.
That's what I asked her. I was like, is that good or bad? I don't know. And she was like, yeah, it's good. And then I look it up, and it's like, it's borderline high blood pressure. It's like, it's low. It's starting to get toward high blood pressure, but not quite. So
it could be better, but it's not great.
Yeah.
Well, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but the last year and a half, I've not exactly been eating well, and I've been drinking way too much. So, all these things can be fixed.
Yeah.
Unless I have stage 4 throat cancer, then that really can't be fixed.
Just chop
You have
the throat
alcohol
out.
in your glass right now, Nathan?
Just chop my head off, huh?
Yeah.
You have alcohol in your glass right now?
No, I drank the small glass I had. I have water.
Oh. Well, I didn't see it, so I guess it doesn't count.
There you go. Have you guys ever thought about that? About what you would do? Have you really, really put yourself in that place of, if I had a year?
I figured just open a bunch of credit cards and do whatever the fuck I wanted, live like I had all the money in the world.
Somebody's going to have to pay for that.
I've said that myself, but then I was like, no, I don't think I would. I have said that before. Like, oh yeah, I just get a bunch of credit cards and I just travel around, but I don't know if I would actually do that.
I guess that's a spur of the moment thought. I don't know if I've really thought about, like, I have a year to live. Like, well.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually considered, like, made it that far. I've had,
It's a pretty downer thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
downer.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's had the thought of, what would happen if I found that out, or like, how would people react? I think my biggest fear would be the concern of others. I wouldn't want to receive the concern of others. You know what I mean? Like people being worried about you and wanting to come see you and stuff. I don't know how I would take that.
I mean, I started thinking about if I had a year to live. It was so unfun. I stopped and started thinking about what would happen if I had $1 million.
That is a fun
What
thought.
if you had both?
What if you? Yeah.
I've spent a lot of time thinking about what if I started going blind and discovered I only had a certain amount of time left of vision, because I've had fucked up shit with my eyes, and my grandfather apparently has macular degeneration, but he's got like 50 years on me or whatever, but still it's like that could be coming, and that affects the very center of your vision, and it makes it hard to recognize people, because if you look straight at somebody you can't really see them, and then if you look just off to the side you still obviously can barely tell who they are.
Actually, I met a guy the other day that had that, and he was like, yeah, I'm the blind man, and he was I saw him trying to eat, and he had to put his hands like directly on his food to tell what was what, and he was like, can somebody hand me the ketchup? Somebody handed it to him.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain types of blindness that aren't debilitating, where it's not that you cannot see, but,
Just enough to piss you off.
Just enough to piss you off,
Yeah.
Enough to not be able to take pictures very well.
You could be the blind cameraman.
I think there is.
Do it by feeling.
Yeah.
Just I'm reading off the things, like your aperture's set to this.
No, but people would love it. People would love it.
Yeah.
You know they would.
Yeah,
We would
they
just
eat
have
it
to
up.
document it.
Your
Because
photographs, they would be out of sight.
Oh.
I saw a guy, and I wasn't able to practice with him because I had fucked up my back, but there was a guy at a seminar, a blind guy that practiced Aikido. It was pretty cool. I mean, just for the striking, he would have people make a sound and, go slow, and he was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for somebody that can't fucking see anything, he was doing well.
Did he start out with Aikido like when he still had vision, or?
I think he started, he was blind.
Wow.
I think so.
That's very impressive.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We actually did that one time too. There was one day, and I've only ever seen, since I do it one time, where he's like, we practice, just close your eyes. We're gonna practice with your eyes closed.
Oh, just
Everybody
eyes closed. I thought it would like give you blindfolds or something.
No, just
poke
keep
out your eyes.
It's actually kind of harder. It's kind of harder because you really want to open them, right?
Yeah.
Your instinct is to open them. So to keep your thoughts on keeping them closed while doing everything else,
Yeah,
is also a challenge. So
Sounds scary.
yeah. Well, there it is. I feel like I just brought the room so down.
Is it time for a game?
I don't have one.
Well, go get one.
I think it's that time of show again. For
I feel it.
Bekah's poem. I think it's time.
I think that's a good time.
I think you're right.
It's so fucking hot in this camper right now. I'm dying. I mean, I'm not dying.
About to get even hotter Friday, baby.
Right.
Whatever that means.
Okay. This one is called Affluenza. The value of somebody new is always changing, but not quickly enough for us. For 8 years, we waited for the change, sampled grander backgrounds. We found some that were even more dangerous. Did we all forget? You'll listen to anyone, especially if they have money. All that hard work for nothing. We only made it far enough to get cut off. Can we be rehabilitated?
I like to hope so. I'd like to hope that we can be. Thank you, everyone, for a podcast. A great podcast. Thank you to Haywood Banks for our theme song.
Yeah. Hey, follow us on Twitter. You know the way. _verbal_assault_. I think we saw.
You know the way to Twitter. Go there.
If you found us, I'm sure you can find that.
Pretty sure we still have a Facebook out there somewhere.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and support us on Patreon because that shit ain't free. How do they do that?
Go to patreon.com/verbalassault.
Bam.
You can support us there and support us by liking, subscribing, leave a review. If they give stars, give the most stars.
Yep. If you want to
Probably
see
like
our
5 or something, if we were to throw out some numbers.
Yeah, why not just go with 5? Give us 5.
Just give us 5.
I bet if you're blind, you could still work a cell phone, and you could just call 865-316-6955 and tell us literally anything.
Tell us about your blind experience.
Tell us how many times a day you masturbate.
Can even ask us to pass the ketchup, and Brad will hook you up.
Or leave an ASMR voicemail.
Or $20 and get a back rub in a men's room.
Becca's addicted already, so leave Becca a voicemail and give her the chills.
Whisper, give her the tingles.
Give me the tingles. I need them.
Just read the back of McDonald's menu or something. I don't know.
We don't care.
Oh my God. I'm going to kill this thing.
Come back.
Deuces.
Oh, yeah.